Hello, my fellow millennial boys and girls. Do you remember James and the Giant Peach? It was an animated musical film that came out in 1996. It was directed by Henry Selick, based on the novel that Ronald Dahl made back in 1961, and it was produced by Tim Burton and Denise D. Noivy, starring Paul Terry as James. Now, this was done in a stop motion style, similarly to, say, The Nightmare Before Christmas, and adopted a lot of the artistic choices that Nightmare Before Christmas has. And little known fact, or major known fact, I'm not sure, Jack Skellington does appear in this movie. So, really, really cool all around. However, that's not why we're here today. I have a little tiny film theory for you. So, this is a Disney movie. Walt Disney presents James and the Giant Peach. So, it is a Disney movie. It is in the Disney web of things, the Disney canon, okay? You know what else is in the Disney canon now? Marvel Comics. Why is this so interesting? Well, let me tell you. So I'm not going to break the plot down beat for beat, but here is the basic premise. James is an orphan. His parents died in a bad storm. He is raised by two terrible aunts. Due to some funny happenstances, he comes across a weird old guy who gives him a bag that is now filled with weird spiral pasta. Like when I was growing up, I literally thought it was spiral pasta. Anyway, so the spiral pasta gets splattered all over the ground and goes into the earth. One of them infects a peach tree that then comes into bloom, bears a peach that then grows to giant size. It has also affected the various fauna in the area, which are various bugs that you would find in your average English garden. So centipedes, earthworms, ladybugs, grasshoppers, and spiders. These beings or bugs become anthropomorphic and then become James's found family as the story progresses. And it soon turns into a sort of pirate epic, which is very funny considering what I cover on this channel. So yeah, you have this little boy named James and his crew of giant anthropomorphic bugs on a really kind of dope giant peach ship. One really cool detail that I thought was super creative, and I can't remember if it happens in the book, but it's super cool that it happens in the movie, is that the exterior of the peach is actually punctured with this really long fence that spirals around it that acts as a stairway for the crew to get from the bottom of the peach to the top of the peach, which then houses a hatch where the stem is, which then reveals this giant interior, which is not really expressed plainly if this is the pit as well as the flesh of the peach, or if this is just this big hollowed out area. I'm not really sure, but the fact that it's just constructed in this way is super creative and neat to me, and it always has been. But moving on. Oh, and I forgot to mention, this giant fruit becomes an airship when the crew creatively use Miss Spider's silk to ensnare a multitude of seagulls, which then turn the fruit into an airship that is then directed by the stem on top of the peach, because it can be turned like a steering wheel that you would find on a ship. So yeah. So they do that as they make their way to the place that will make their dreams come true. In this case, it is New York, which is really funny that a giant peach is going to the Big Apple. But anyway, the point of the journey is that each individual crewmate has a dream of their own. The point of focus is one bug in particular, Miss Spider, who has shaped a generation of people, including myself. That is a design Good on you, Tim Burton, or whomever designed her. Goodness gracious. Also, fun fact, Miss Spider is basically the most important character other than James himself, because one, she's the first one that he meets, because he meets her as a normal spider doing the opening act before she is mutated into a giant anthropomorphic goth spider mom, and proceeds to be a mother figure to him throughout the course of the film. Most of the plans are done by her, and even when she's not the main focus of attention, she is a strong supporting character. So yeah, Miss Spider is a good spider. Very important. Strong female character. Very good. She wants to set up a nightclub in New York, which she does at the end of the movie, called Spider Club. So she does achieve her dream, as do all the other bugs. So let's talk about Marvel. On December 31st of 2009, Disney bought all of Marvel. So Marvel Studios, Marvel Comics, and all characters and IPs that exist in the Marvel Universe, which means that they own everything. So the interesting thing about how Marvel Comics are written is that a lot of the heroes in Marvel Comics are stationed and operate out of New York City. You know who else is in New York City? One Peter Parker, otherwise known as Spider-Man. Spider-Man. What deepens the web about this is that based on how Marvel mythos is set up, there are a multitude of different Earths that have their own spider person. Maybe a Spider-Man, maybe a Spider-Woman, maybe a Spider-Pig, etc., etc., etc. So, seeing as how Marvel and James and Giant Peach are owned by Disney, and James and the Giant Peach has Club Spider, which is in a version of New York. Could it be possible for a spider person to visit a club where a giant anthropomorphic spider is the hostess? Was this video an excuse to talk about James and the Giant Peach? Yes. Did I enjoy making it? Yes. Does this mean anything? Probably not. But it got you thinking about James and the Giant Peach. Thank you for watching.